When trees get to their older stages, they tend to have things which can be problematic for humans. The problems of an old tree generally aren't a problem for the tree because if it drops a branch, it drops a branch. It doesn't really care so much.
香港有唔少冧樹個案，專家認為如果有適當咁保養樹木，可以減少悲劇發生。
One of the things which a lot of people don't recognize is that pruning can be very helpful to bigger, older trees. Sometimes we need to make those trees a little bit smaller so that they're less likely to have problems.
就好似呢棵挪威風 Norway Maple 咁，樹冠裡面有好多枯枝，需要專業人員嚟收葺。
We're trying to keep it as healthy as we can. Certain trees like this, we're going to put a climber into these trees. So they climb into the tree to do all the maintenance pruning. With this tree as well, a lot of the dead wood is on the inside, so you really need to get into it. It looks to me this one hasn't had any work done on it. If it was done a long time ago.
野外嘅樹木由於競爭強烈，為咗爭取陽光，一般都會自動調整樹枝生長，形成良好嘅樹態。而市區嘅樹木好多時冇咗呢種競爭，樹態就需要人工修整啦。
Trees will naturally self-prune. In a forest, you know, a tree grows up and it has competition with all the other trees around it. So you get a very different type of tree growing in the forest where you have a single trunk that goes up because it has to get up past all the other trees, and the foliage is going to be at the top. And those branches that are in the low canopy, they're going to get shaded out, they're going to die, the branch will die, and eventually it's going to fall off. So you'll see in forests, that's why you see all these tall trunks with the growth at the top. Interestingly enough, the tree is actually a very structurally good tree. We like trees with nice single stems. Trees that have multiple stems are more prone to failure and to having problems. Urban trees, they don't have the competition, so they just go like this, and they try to take up all that space.
除咗要保持返良好嘅樹形之外，棵樹如果影響到電線或者太接近建築物造成困擾，都需要修葺。
Look for someone who is ISA certified, that stands for International Society of Arboriculture. They're trained to spot potential weaknesses in the tree. They can diagnose early, basically. You want to do preventative maintenance rather than have to deal with some kind of catastrophe when a large limb falls or a tree falls or something like that.
唔好以為鋸下樹枝係小兒科，其實佢哋都係 ISA 國際樹藝學會嘅註冊樹藝師。對市區樹木嘅修剪有豐富嘅經驗同知識。
You get a scenario like we had the ice storm. You had a lot of people come out and say, well, you know, I have a chainsaw, or my uncle has a chainsaw, and I can borrow my friend's pickup truck, and off we go, and I'm going to cut trees. A lot of people got hurt. Some poor pruning decisions are made at one point, and it leads to this huge complicated problem down the road where the tree becomes hazardous, and then actually it can cost a lot more money to either maintain that tree to correct it, or you end up having to remove the tree entirely.